If you or someone you care about is triggered or ungrounded, what can you do with touch to help them get connected? This is Rick Wilkes from Thriving Now, and I'm Kathy Bartoli from Thriving Now and theintimacydojo.com.
Yeah, I didn't realize how touch deprived I was at times of stress. When I would get worried and anxious, I would go up into my head. And when we do that, that's the essence of being ungrounded, is that we're way up into our head somewhere, maybe even out of our body. And so touch, whether it's like go ahead and just squeeze your hands together if you're in a place where you can do that. And feel the tissue, feel the bones, feel the warmth.
Notice the texture of your skin.
Yeah. And then go to your breathing, and just when we did our breathing invitation, you'll notice that I touched my upper chest. This is where, when we're shallow and anxious, this is an area of tension.
That's in the video on breathing for grounding. So
yeah, and by applying some gentle pressure down, the muscles that are anxious lift up along the side of the neck, the upper breathing muscles. And so by taking and gently touching, we're sending a signal into our body that starts unwinding the tension. Of all the things that we can do, touch has a way of unwinding tension when it is touch that is mindful and aware. Now, if I have a headache and I'm like, that's actually going to build up your tension. But touch that says, tension, headache, ouch, breathing. And that's a way that squeezing your knees, if you can do that, massage your knee for a moment with both hands, and then notice that the other knee probably is saying, me too, please, me too. And you rub your other knee a little bit, and then come back into your body, feel gravity working. That combination of aware touch, gentling touch, it again touches on the interaction between the vagus nerve and your primitive brain. It's sending a different kind of signal into your body. Notice that this has taken less than 3 minutes. We've been talking and touching, and already, like, my knees are much more present. And how are yours feeling?
Energy follows awareness, so putting your awareness and your touch on certain parts of your body can really help. We often talk about noticing your feet on the ground and wiggling your toes. That's a form of touch. The socks or the floor or your shoes are touching, you're noticing the texture. And if you're with somebody, you may want to, depending on who they are and what your relationship is, like with Rick, if he's upset, I can go over and I feel very comfortable, just like, it's okay, giving some gentle touch there and in a loving way. If you're not sure, it's important to ask someone and get consent before you touch, especially if someone's really triggered. But if you're alone or you're with a pet, like a lot of times just petting an animal and being present with them. I know during 9/11, my cats were just so amazing because they were just like, we love you. We don't know anything about what's happening. The world's going to keep going. And just the texture of their fur and the fact that they were warm and loving right there made a huge difference.
Yeah.
So an animal, or if you're alone, you can also notice like the texture of the chair you're sitting on or your clothes. Being present with textures and maybe noticing the color and the way your fingers feel. It helps you bring into the body and be in now. Because a lot of the times, the trauma we feel in a given moment, the stress and distress we feel, is somewhere between 10 and 90 to 100% related to something that happened in the past. It's rarely that we're completely present with what's happening now. Most of the times we have stories and memories that are triggered and reminding ourselves of when we were younger and something happened that was overwhelming, where we felt alone or whatever. So being present in the now as much as possible gives you more power and more leverage to move through that.
And you'll notice that as you're unwinding, you may find that tapping on your body and some of the the points brings you comfort as well. Please remember that nature, if you have access to nature.
Hug a tree.
I'm in Asheville, North Carolina. It's a pretty alternative place. But one of the things is that people do pay attention to nature more than in many places. And that does change people. When you've connected as you touch and watch, even if you're just looking at nature, feeling connected to it, allowing your body to go there. A quick visualization, if you like the sand, feeling your toes in the sand, digging your heels. You may be digging them into an industrial carpet under your desk, but if you take a moment and allow your body to go there to the beach, it grounds your energy. And as we've asserted, grounding our energy changes our relationship. And one of the things that we encourage is for people to think about cultivating a circle of support. If I'm in a place at work, and I'm a touch-oriented person, touch is grounding for me. I want to have people that we can share a shoulder rub or a shoulder release or a longer hug. And
it's sometimes harder in corporate America.
It is sometimes, but even if you have some people that are outside of your work, maybe they work in the office next door and you go to lunch, and part of that is, if you've been using the mouse all day, that you just rub each other's hands and work out some of that tension.
Yeah, and even when you tap, a lot of people, if you've been tapping a little while, you're not really present. You're just going through the motions. Notice your fingertips. Notice how they feel, and let your skin notice the tapping. Feel the texture and the warmth of the skin, how it kind of rebounds a little under your fingers. When you're really present with that, it's more powerful. And so that's, tapping is a form of touch on natural comfort points. So just be present with it. Oh, my hair. Okay, that feels different. And just be present with it. So,
yeah, I'll just add that for a lot of people that we've worked with over the years, they're in a place where even touching and paying attention to their own body can be scary. Mm-hmm. And the idea of giving a long hug or rubbing someone's hands in the middle of a cafe is just, woo! It's okay. You probably have some clues about how you got there to a place where your body's really doesn't feel safe and comfortable with touch. You may not have even experienced what healthy, mindful, consensual touch is. If that's the case, you feel free to drop us an email, support@thrivingnow.com. We have some ideas that we can point you to as well.
And there's a bunch of other grounding exercises. You get to pick and choose what's right for you in the moment.
Absolutely.
So we hope this helped. Please leave comments below. How do you like to get touch needs met, and how do they help you ground?
Mm-hmm.